this video is not going to be very interesting for anybody that doesn't have acid reflux, but for all of my friends that do, it's going to be really quick. It's going to be really interesting. I didn't make this up. I've been to a really good clinic, the Center for Environmental Medicine and COEM in North Charleston, that's been there since the 70s. So most of you that know me know that I've had some really good doctors working with my GERD. I don't have any indigestion anymore. And so this is just, my little sister Angela asked me yesterday, she was starting to have some signs of like acid reflux, which burns your gums and kind of starts rotting your teeth. So I told this to her yesterday, and I said, well, this is going to be my commercial for the month, because I'm going to show everybody a quick way to get indigestion under control. And so when I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is take DGL. Mount Pleasant has a new vitamin shop, she said, I think on Bowman Boulevard, that sells this stuff, and I get my stuff from the vitamin shop. But 2 DGL, you can take it 6 times a day, and it says the directions on the back, and it's diglyceride licorice, which is, what's that?
3 times a day.
You can take it 3 times a day, 2 tablets, but the directions you can read. And I usually just take it in the morning because I don't have indigestion anymore. I don't have any acid reflux anymore. I've really, after 2.5, 3 years, I think it's been just over 3 years, I really don't have any problems with that anymore. And so, but this has all been a quest. But DGL, I wake up in the morning and take 2 DGL, and I don't eat anything for a while. I like to go and get a coffee up at Baker's, a turmeric latte, and her cappuccino. So anyway, moving right along, and this right here, I wake up, and I still do this in the morning usually. This is aloe vera. Ken at the studio has been telling us about it. We finally broke down and got it. It's tasteless. It tastes like absolutely nothing. And you can read the directions on this also if you have acid reflux and follow the directions. But I have a shot of it usually in the morning. Sometimes at night I'll mix it with some water and just sip it and pretend I'm drinking a cocktail. Just feel like a grown-up in the real world. And then the other thing, those will knock out indigestion. If you eat a good, sensible diet, just normal, nothing weird, and everybody knows what good, from all the food groups, I was telling Angela, just keep it really simple, keep it cheap. You can eat whatever you want, but keep your portions, moderate. And then the other thing is that in order to oil your body, like you oil a car, I left the COEM clinic with only 2 things that they told me I had to take. One was this Carlson, C-A-R-L-S-O-N fish oil, and I read the directions and I take this as directed. It's a couple of I think I take a teaspoon twice a day, or either I take one bigger one if I'm moving fast. But this is just like oil that your body needs, the way your car cannot run without oil. And vitamin D, and they recommend 5,000 IUs of vitamin D a day, even if you're getting sun, because when they test people for vitamin D, they're always really super low, and you really need vitamin D for everything. You can look it up on the internet, especially to absorb calcium. And so these 2 things, the oil for my body is what helped me get rid of my indigestion. Super, super inexpensive, easy. I think this is expensive, but it lasts a long time. It's about $26. This is like under $5. They're just not expensive. Aloe vera, this little bottle here is about 10. DGL is about 9. This stuff lasts a long time. It's super easy. And this is the potion for getting rid of indigestion and staying really on top of having any kind of problems. And Angela was asking about food to eat, and I said if you take out a lot of the grains that are hard to digest and add chia, hemp, and flax, and find different ways to, chia is great mixed with fruit, put it in the night before, and put it with a little fruit cup, and it'll be nice and puffy for the next morning. It's much easier to digest these things when they've soaked. Hemp, they have it in a sprinkle bottle now. Food Lion has it in a big bottle for like $9. It lasts for a really long time on salads. Flax seeds, easy to use anywhere. And then, on fruits and salads for helping beef up the vegetables if you don't eat a lot of grains. This is like magical for indigestion, because rice and breads and things, when you have an indigestion problem, are harder to digest, especially stuff that's high glycemic. That stuff is basically seed-based. And so beans, every single diet just about allows you to eat beans, except I think keto doesn't allow beans, I think. But anyway, beans, most people that cheat with beans. Anyway, they're great for everything. And but don't eat a whole lot of beans, but we like to blend them and make bean soups, and they just kind of stretch, and you just need some kind of carbohydrate, and beans are really, really good. And so it's really, I said snake 6 to 8 times a day, but of course that means snack. And just look at me like, what's that? Snack 6 to 8 times a day. That sounds crazy, but if you have small snacks all day long, It keeps your blood sugar regular, and then you don't spike and get really super hungry and crash off of just, eating too much at one time. And so I was telling Angela to eat things that are pre-packaged because it really helps, and it really keeps your blood sugar regular. And things like Skinny Pop, pistachios in a bag, nuts in a bag, little tiny yogurts, little cups of things, cups of fruits, little cut up celery and put it in a bag. If you do portion control and you have that ahead of time, because I travel with a cooler with a frozen bottle of water in it, then you always have stuff with you, and I'm moving around a lot. So, and then this is, as I said, eat a well-balanced diet, and so because I've gotten so good with indigestion, my new thing is I have really bad places of skin cancer. I had a melanoma years ago, but I deal with skin cancer, so I've been looking that up because I've now learned how to use Google on the internet. So in the morning drinking my coffee, I'm Googling. But anyway, this was super, super cool, and this is why it's we had a little short intermission there. And the next thing I've been dealing with is these places on my body that I get skin cancer. And so I've been looking and researching it, and just same kind of stuff, everything healthy, leafy greens, eggs, hummus, which is beans, yogurt, chicken, fruit, coconut water. Everybody says eat coconut. I don't really love coconut, but I do it. And broccoli is really good, green beans. So anyway, I'm going along and I'm making lists and I'm looking at different things for cancer fighting, and boom, the big essential oils list comes up. And so I have yet to really start getting really interested in essential oils, because my girls, both Ginger and Davis, are both really into it. And it's just like, for me, it's like I like them. I'm not, I'm just not that kind of person where I'm just really researching them. But sure enough, frankincense, that's like the big one for young living. And so that came up, and I'm going to put a screenshot of what it says about it, because this is supposed to be really good for skin cancer. And also the other ones were clove, rose, tea tree oil, and oregano. So like I said, this might not be interested unless these are some of the problems you're having. Indigestion, this really, really works. And skin cancer, I'm in the process of letting you know if it really, really works. So